fast internet here, so it's probably not on my end. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. And who do I have the
Yeah.
pleasure to talk to?
Yeah, well, we've talked before. I was at my
Yeah.
studio back then. But now actually
Oh, yeah.
I have like a question for you, if you allow me to ask you.
Sure.
How you have perfect pitch, right?
Yeah.
So how does how is the process of composing music with other people? How does it work for you? Because you probably like know everything. Like I don't have perfect pitch. I have like good relative ear, but I don't have
Right,
perfect
right.
pitch. So I'm very curious about how your process works.
Well, I mean, perfect pitch is similar to relative pitch in the sense that you kind of know what the notes are,
Yeah.
as you're hearing them. But the only difference is in perfect pitch, you can kind of call
You
a
know,
note out of the air. Like,
yeah, no.
yeah, with true relative pitch, if I tell you this is G and anything else I play, you know what it is. So that's almost cool. Perfect.
So this is yeah,
Right.
nice. Yeah, no.
But anyway, I
But
always work on
the question is like, um,
yeah.
how does it work for you? So as you think of like a music piece in your like in your head, does your hands like probably they know actually how to go with the you don't have to think in scales, you don't have to think like
No, I mean, on a how do I want to express this? If I think of music in my head, I pretty much can make it come out of my hands in real time.
nice.
So, I'm always working on that connection. But in general, if I hear da 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 da, play what I
And
hear
in
in my
your
head.
hands, very nice. So you don't have to think in in terms of scales, in terms of like music theory. You just know the chords in your head, and then
Yeah, totally. I mean, like,
wow.
yeah, I would say that's true. I mean, if I'm like making something up on the spot, it kind of just comes out,
Nice.
and I just
Very
kind of,
nice.
and it's not only the perfect pitch thing that I work on. It's also having the smooth flow of ideas that allows me to play as if I'm playing a composition. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
I could have
yeah.
perfect pitch and go like this, and then not know what else to do.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah, because
I've
you
been
ran
playing
out
my
of
whole
ideas in
life.
your head. I know, yeah.
And sometimes, like if I'm playing along and maybe an idea doesn't necessarily come through, I've got enough experience playing different things on the keyboard that I don't necessarily need to
Yeah, so
stop.
you let your hands like fill in the gaps that your head doesn't know how to fill. Yeah.
Yeah, and usually my head is like something I do with my hands will lead me to the next thing.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like I might
Make
go,
perfect sense, yeah.
like I kind of like just travel around until I kind of get a really firm idea what I want to do
Very nice.
again.
Very nice. When you think about like your chord progression, do you hear the chord progression as well? Because I know that the perfect pitch thing goes like a long way in terms of melody, but in terms of chord progression, it's got to be harder, right?
Well, what usually happens when I'm improvising is like I'm playing along, right? And at some point before I get to the next thing, I'll kind of hear it in my head and go for it. Like as I'm playing, now I know what I want to do.
Yeah, okay.
And I know what I want to do, and I know what it's gonna sound like, and I decided again what I want to do, and it's like it's like decision, go to it. So if I'm on this chord and I'm playing, then I just decided what I want to do, and then I decided again. I decided again. But if I'm playing really fast, then I got to think of ideas quicker. But it usually happens that just a moment before I need to make a chord change, I think of what I want it to be. So Yeah.
I noticed that you had perfect pitch like way back, like probably like 7 years ago. I was watching a commentary movie of the probably the Live in Tokyo DVD, and
Oh.
you saw James hit an F sharp, and you said, "Oh, that's an F sharp, very good." And it was like, wow, that guy probably has perfect pitch. And was like, I was intrigued back like from the from that day, and
Yeah.
I was meant to ask you that question, like
So
at the
yeah.
opportunity.
Oh,
So that's a question.
well, just so people understand, so perfect pitch is a very helpful thing. You know, like if you're, you know, if you're into music, having perfect pitch is good. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to have any musical ideas or be able to
Yeah, I know.
improvise
Yeah,
as
the
much.
creative part doesn't
Just
have
means
anything to do with it. Yeah,
you can recognize pitch. You know, like
yeah.
it's cool,
What you do
but
with it,
it's not
it's
it's
another
not
thing.
all the same. Right on.
Yes,
Good
exactly.
discussion, man. Nice to
Yeah,
see you
me
again.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
me
very
too.
much for
Yeah, thank you very much.
you. Bye bye.
Cool. Very nice discussion about the composition process and perfect pitch and all this kind of good stuff. Let's see who else.